Good morning, everyone. I am so excited because we figured out, I've been on the phone this morning with Project Lead the Way. I finally got somebody who could help me. And I got your class all set up, got the invite all set up. And I'm like, why can't students get on? It's a little bit tricky. How I told you to do it is not going to work the same way as the kids at Homestead. You're in a special section called ESACs, which I knew that. But I thought it was hooked up with Clever too. It's not with Project Lead the Way. Trying to get sets at Southwest Allen County Schools to work with us and get this right, too complicated. So we're going another method so that you can just get in today. I have got to compliment Jake Gillum because with the directions I gave, he was able to figure it out himself. And I thought, how can Jake get in, but none of the rest of the people can get in? Well, you're a problem solver, Jake. Good job. You figured out with this code, and if you set up your own Project Lead the Way username and password, it will then let you use the code to join a class. I didn't give instructions for everybody to do that. So Jake figured it out on his own, but now I'm giving instructions so that everybody can do that. So the first thing you need to do is you need to go to pltw.org. And make sure you can see it. Yep, pltw.org. And you're going to get this screen. And over on the right-hand side of this screen, it says log in. Now, mine goes directly to Welcome Karen because I've already logged in this morning. I can't get rid of that. But when you do it, it's going to ask you to log in and you don't have a login. So you're going to have to make a username and password. Okay. Now, you can make it your email address. You can make it your first initial last name. What you make it really doesn't matter. You can make it whatever you want to, and you can make up a password. And I don't know what the rules are on the password, but I would assume it has to be a capital letter, a small letter, numbers, and maybe a special character. But just like Jake, he made his username initials, and then I don't know what fish stands for, but something that he'll remember. And then he made up his password, and then it lets him get into pltw.org. Just get in. From there, you need to join a class. This classroom code, again, This classroom code, again, is right here. It is 6, capital X, Q, W, 3, capital W. And when you put that in, it's joining my class, the Computer Science Foundations. When you do that, it sends me a note to approve you for my class, and then I'll get it approved right away. And then you're in. So I would assume, Jake, that when you click on Project Lead the Way, now you get the purple Computer Science Foundations, and then you can log in. I'm going to go here because this is my class, and I'm going to go to Courses. Now I have a couple more steps that you guys don't usually have to do. Yours at this point should just pop up a purple box that says Computer Science Foundations. I have a whole bunch of classes, so I have a dashboard. But here's my ESACs virtual school, which is you guys. And when I enter that, I get Computer Science Foundations. I get the teacher guide. You will get just this, Computer Science Foundations. That's fine. I'm going to show you on here, on the teacher guide. It has all the different classes that and different units we're going to do, etc. The first part is data, innovations, and security. You'll notice there's an outline here that says careers, innovations, and ethics in computer science is the first activity. 111. It says it should take us about 4 days to get through that. I'm going to go ahead and give us 5 because I'm going to assume you're going to have all week to get this done. You got to figure out how to get on Project Lead the Way. Send me a picture so I know you're in. Then you'll go to 111 Careers, Innovations, and Ethics. Now, I'm going to go back 1 page, 2 pages. There we go. I'm going to Computer Science Foundations. Show you what it looks like on your side. It'll look like this. And I would love for you to read through everything on the page, because this is like your textbook. It's like your curriculum. Okay, our first unit is Data Innovations and Security. And it lines it up that we're going to start with careers and ethics, then we're going to move on to computer systems and personal security and safety practices, and then conclude with subjects such as ciphers and cryptography. We're going to be in that section for quite a while. So yes, then we'll go into lesson 1-2, which is going to delve into data analysis. Then lesson 1-3, it focuses on analyzing impacts of computing innovations. All of this is great stuff, okay? So we start out with Unit 1, talks about problem introduction. Project Lead the Way has activities, it has projects, and it has problems. At the end of a unit, we always have a problem. So it starts the unit talking about what that problem is so you know where you're heading. Impacts of computing innovations. It says, congratulations, you've been selected to participate in a computer science convention hosted by Computing for Change. They would like you to be a guest speaker and present on a computing innovation that interests you. As you work your way through Unit 1 and you build your knowledge around computing fundamentals and make notes of topics that you might like to present on, you will explore a variety of topics about how computers work, the basics of networks and the internet, cyber safety and security, data analysis, visual simulations, and yes, last but not least, AI, artificial intelligence. What would you choose to present and how would you present it, what you've done up to now? What computing innovation will you talk about? How does the innovation impact the community? How does the innovation impact people in various communities? So as you go through this unit, I want you to think about what do you have an interest in that you might do as your problem. Okay, lesson 1-1 is all about home security, home and how computers impact you. So we're going to pop into 1.1.1, Careers, Innovations, and Ethics in Computer Science. Okay, sorry, my phone's ringing. Okay, we've got goals. Develop a computational artifact independently to explore an innovation, career, or ethical consideration of computer science that interests you. That's the product at the end. So read through the task description, and it brings you to, in this activity, you're going to create a computational artifact. You're going to know how mobile, wireless, and network computing have an impact on innovation throughout the world. You're also going to know what role computer science plays in the career path you choose, because basically computer science is in everything. There's no getting away from it. Section 2 then talks about innovations and ethics. Computers do not have morals or ethics. They can only do what they're programmed to do. So programmers need to think about the morals and ethics involved in the algorithms that they develop. How is that going to affect the people that you develop it for? So it says, check with your instructor before you continue to the Moral Machine. We're going to navigate to MIT Moral Machine, which is right here. There's a link. You're going to view the video clip Moral Machine, Human Perspectives on Machine Ethics. Then you're going to select Start Judging. Before you make a choice, think of what rationale you would give to explain your choice as to who would live. Although some scenarios may seem silly at first, the implications of what choices the program makes are very serious. And then you're going to compare your results with your elbow partner. Now, because this is an online class, we don't have an elbow partner at this point. So maybe share it with a friend or ask them for their feedback. What do they think? Okay. It has here PLTW Computer Science Notebooks. If we had a physical notebook, you would enter it there, but we don't. And it's, in my experience, it's more useful to have it online. So open up Word and start with 1.1.1 Careers, Innovations, and Ethics in Computer Science. And every activity, project, and problem, you will have an entry into your notebook or a document in Word. So this first one we will call 1.1.1, Careers, Innovations, and Ethics in Computer Science. Now it's saying in your notebook, consider the following questions. So on your Word document, you're going to answer these questions. How did your choices differ from those of your elbow partner? So when you ask a parent or ask a sibling or a friend what they thought and answered the questions, how did their answers differ from yours? Which one is more morally justified? Answer that question. The second then group of questions says, how did you align with other people who have used the moral machine? Does the average of all these choices make it the right choice? The last set of questions then is, when it comes to the morals and ethics of programming a car, does a correct or wrong response to a situation exist? Answer that question to the best of your ability. Now, what I would do, I would probably copy all this. I'd open up Word. Okay, I made the title. Okay, I just pasted in the questions so then I could come down here and answer each one of them, and then I have it. Because at the end, this is part of what you will submit. Super important. And then you'll save it into a folder, maybe call it Computer Foundations, so that all your things that you do will be in that folder. Okay, I'm going to flip back over to my other questions. Okay. So you get the idea. We're going to come down through here. We're going to look at ethical scenario, answer these questions. That will also go in your notebook. And then section 3, the power of collaboration, it says all of these measures are to improve artificial intelligence. The systems rely inclusively on collaboration. Lots of people entering their data. Okay, I know I had to make an edit. I'm getting toward the end of my time. So make sure that from the other section, you just continue reading down through and answer all questions in your notebook. And when you get to the end, keep going to step 4 and answer those things and keep answering questions. And then step 5 is creating a computational artifact. This is the actual thing you're going to do. It gives you information, computing through the ages. Read through this, make sure that you have all the information you need, and then create your artifact. Step 6 then, as you answer 2 more questions in your notebook that says what careers interest you, list 3 and prioritize them. So your first, your second, and your third choice. And then question 2 is, what role will CS play in the career path you choose? So if you have specific questions, please email me, reach out to me. I'll answer those. But yes, we are doing all of activity 111. And that's what we'll be doing on Friday of this week. I am so excited and have a